AI has transitioned from a sandboxed curiosity to an active participant in high-stakes operations. These models are now operating robotic arms on factory floors, approving mortgage applications, and triaging patient records. Because these systems now impact life-altering decisions, governing bodies are stepping in to apply the brakes. International regulators are establishing strict, provable oversight for how these models are built and deployed. The EU AI Act, for example, classifies recruitment and credit scoring as high risk, imposing rigorous data auditing requirements. For technology executives, the stakes are concrete. Non-compliance can trigger fines of up to 35 million euros, or 7% of a company's total global turnover. This diagram illustrates a standard 4-layer AI governance framework. Many organizations rush to layer 4, adding hallucination checks for quick compliance. But you cannot regulate a black box after the fact. These top-level checks only function if everything underneath is already secure. Establishing legal accountability requires a forensic teardown of the entire system. To move forward, organizations have to bypass the superficial patches and secure the foundation. If a regulator hands your company a subpoena, they will demand to know exactly why an AI denied a specific patient coverage, or why an HR algorithm rejected a specific demographic of applicants. In a legal setting, the AI said so is an admission of corporate negligence. A company must be able to explain the logic behind every automated decision. Moving down the stack, Layer 3 serves as the immediate line of defense. This is where you establish trusted outputs by setting mathematical guardrails and confidence thresholds that dictate when the model is allowed to generate an answer. These metric-aligned limits allow a firm to stand behind the machine's logic. But these guardrails are only as good as the people who configure them. That brings us to Layer 2, the governance layer. This is the human element of accountability. You need a designated data steward who holds the definition authority to draw the retrieval boundaries for the machine. Without an identified human setting those limits, the system operates as a rogue entity. If nobody is responsible for defining the boundaries, nobody can defend the final output to a regulator. Yet, even with human stewards and guardrails in place, the system remains vulnerable if the original source material is flawed. If the input is murky, the output will be as well. When a system hallucinates or discriminates, the audit always leads to a single question. Where did this exact piece of data come from? To answer that, we examine Layer 1, the data foundation. This level requires a meticulous source registry and documented map of data lineage. Building this foundation involves maintaining clean training sets, data dictionaries, and establishing clear data ownership, ensuring a specific person is responsible. This creates a rigid architectural dependency. If you cannot trace the origin of the information at Layer 1, the human governance above it fails, and the output guardrails collapse. Raw data provenance is the structural prerequisite for an AI model's legal survival. Many organizations are currently hesitant to deploy models because of this complex regulatory environment and the risk of biased or hallucinatory outputs. It is common to view strict AI governance as bureaucratic friction that exists only to slow down development. In reality, a documented governance stack provides the secure tracks that allow these systems to accelerate. You can run at higher speeds when the path is clearly defined and reinforced. Building upward from a clean data foundation leads directly to smarter, more reliable decisions. Deploying autonomous agents that meet international legal standards is possible only through this step-by-step maturity model. The breakthrough in this technology is the architectural governance that allows us to trust the machine's output.